Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Hall County Sports. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. This week, we start things off with cross country. At the Coach Wood Invitational at Gainesville State College this past Saturday, it was a highly competitive meet in the championship divisions. Our highest local finisher, North Hall's Cody Barger, who finally lost a race. He'd won 8 in a row and was 8 for 8 coming into this one, but this time he was second to Brendan Hoban of St. Pius, who ran a 15:35 to win the boys' title. Cody was 1.71 seconds behind in 15:36.71. Flowery Branch's Kenny Slavic broke the top 20 in 20th in 16:27.3. Maurice Ryden of the Falcons 26 in 16:34.9. And teammate Drew Garland was in 33rd, just ahead of Luis Gonzalez of North Hall, who finished 34th. Brandon Lawson of the Trojans also cracked the top 40 in 40th. It was a field of 217. Brookwood took the boys' championship. Flowery Branch ran 5th and North Hall 11th in the field of 23 teams. For the girls, Anna Bowles of Lakeside Evans ran an 18:16.30 to win it. The top local finisher was North Hall's Ansley Lawson in 30th place out of 197 girls in 20:02.21. Brookwood also won the girls' team title, and North Hall was 16th of 22. We bring to the show now Coach Drew Rogers of North Hall. And Drew, not a bad outing for the Trojans considering the quality of competition, all these 5A schools. Brookwood must really be pretty good on both sides, boys and girls.
And they also won the JV and varsity races too, so they swept everything.
Wow!
But it's good competition. There's only 3 schools who were AAA and below, and we were one of those. So we think we had our own pretty well.
Yeah, not bad. And now I talked about Cody. Now he's really had quite a streak going here.
He has. He beat the returning state champ. I think it was 2 weeks ago by about 2 seconds in the ASICS championship. And like I said, he's won every race so far until this one. He'll race him again this weekend, and then we'll race him again at the state meet. So we'll have 2 more chances to see how he does against Brandon.
Well, sometimes when you do team sports like football, so if the teams are close, it's sort of, you don't want to see the same guys over and over because they kind of start figuring you out. Is this the case in cross country? Do you develop some strategy now after having finished with this?
Well, you understand certain things. Like Cody probably knows now he can't beat him in a 50-yard sprint at the finish line, so Cody knows he's going to have to make a move somewhere before the very end of a race. At the state meet, we have a real steep hill going up and a real steep hill going down. He's probably going to have to make his move going up the hill. If he wastes the downhill, it's probably going to be too late against Brennan. Well,
and here we go. We're talking about you get to see him, though, at this weekend, and you get to run on the course that they run the state meet on. That's got to be a good prep for you, too.
And that's why we go down there. We go down there so everybody gets a chance. All of our top runners get the chance to run on that state meet course and see what it's like and know where you got to make your moves and what the course is. It's also a hilly course, which I think is to our advantage. So that might be a little bit of advantage of us, too.
All right, let's talk about this past weekend and on top to bottom, girls and boys. Was this a good course for you to run on?
It was a good chance to see where we stand up against some of the top teams in the state. We prefer hillier courses because we train up North Hall. It's hard to run anywhere without hills, so I think the hillier the better for us. It's going to slow our times down, but I think we run relatively better than most schools on hills. So I think we get a hillier course like the state meet course and the region meets up at the Unicoi, which is also a relatively hilly course. I think that'll work to our advantage, but you don't know till you run them.
Well, you have had a good year on both sides, boys and girls, this year.
9 races so far. The boys have won 5 of the 9. The girls have won 4 of the 9. Boys are ranked, I think, 2nd or 3rd right now, and the girls were ranked 1st, although we lost to St. Pius this weekend, so we'll probably be dropping down to 2nd or 3rd. But we've been ranked in the top 3, both teams, all year long.
Well, that's got to be a tribute to the kids.
Oh yeah, and it's not just to the kids working hard during the season. It's during the summer. They came out. We ended school on a Friday. We started practicing on Monday, and we've had probably about 20 kids out steady all summer long. And that's we become a good cross country team. You do it in the summertime. We always say you make the championships are held in November, but state champions are made in the summertime.
Wow, that sounds right to me too. Just about every sport now has that kind of off-season side of stuff that you've got to keep up with because everybody else is doing it too.
Oh yeah, and like I said, you put the miles in the summertime and you work on the speed during the season.
So you got the big race this weekend. What else you got coming up? When's the region meet, state meet?
Region meet will be the 28th, which is a week and a half from now. Then the state meet will be the November 6th. So we're looking forward to see how we do. We're going to be competitive in both of them. St. Pius boys are looking real strong right now. But other than that, we should be battling out there. And you never know what happens. If St. Pius has a bad day like we had last year, you can always be battling for that. And the girls, there's probably 3 schools that are right about even right now: us, Columbus, and St. Pius. And it's just a matter of who runs better that Saturday.
And of course, your second place runners on down on your team, they're the ones that win it for you.
And it's actually the 4th and 5th runners for the most case. And that's our strength in our girls team. Our girls 4th and 5th are probably better than any other team in AAA in 4 and 5, and that's what sets us apart. Our boys 4 and 5 are pretty good too, but we have, just a matter of how we run that day.
All right. Drew, thanks for coming in. All right. Good luck to the Trojans the rest of the way.
Yep, thanks.
All right. To talk about that top 5 finish for Flowery Branch, we bring to the show now Coach Jimmy Sorrels, who's been with us quite a number of times before. And Jimmy, it was a pretty good day all around for you because it showed that you're still a team, not necessarily that outstanding individual superstar runner, but you bunch them pretty tight in cross country. That's kind of important.
Oh yeah, that's the most important thing. Saturday was what I would call the Pro Bowl of cross country.
Yeah.
Several of the teams there were ranked. We have 2 different types of ranking system where you get ranked in your class and then you get an all-class ranking. So in that particular race, there were several teams that were ranked all-class. And at that time, we weren't ranked all-class. And I was very pleased to see after this weekend we moved up to 7th all-class.
There you go. Now, we talked a little bit about your boys already. Slavic in 20th, Maurice Ride in 26th, Drew LeGarland 33rd. And as a overall, your boys finished 5th. Now, your girls are very young, so you competed in what they call not the championship division, but in the varsity division for your girls. How'd you do?
The girls got 10th place, and we're moving along fine. I graduated a lot of great runners last year, and it's hard to replace. I actually only have 1 senior on the team, and she's a first-year cross-country runner. That's Miss Erica Rucker. We've heard of her before.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
I talked Erica into running, which was going to help me out, and kind of made a deal with her, I guess. A deal with the devil. I don't want to say it like that. But she has been great to help me get through this season of rebuilding. And it is a rebuilding season. I've got a lot of young freshmen, and they've been running hurt because they're getting used to that tough cross-country running that we do. But we'll still qualify and get to the state competition. We're not the team we were last year, but Quad A is not the same classification as AAA either. It's a lot tougher.
Well, but this past weekend now you were running at some 5A schools, right? Brookwood is absolutely, they're awesome, but everybody else is kind of, that's got to give you some confidence, Jimmy.
It did. I mean, there were a couple of Quad A teams in there that we lost to that they're just phenomenal teams. We're in the hunt with them, trying to beat those kind of teams. Of course, we were beating some of the 5A teams we've never beaten before. Brookwood is in a class by itself. If I would say if there's a team out there that sets the standard for the state, if anybody's going to look up to a program, it's Brookwood. They won everything they raced. They won the boys, they won the girls, they won the JV. They're just amazing.
Yeah. Well, what's coming up now for you?
We're getting into the end of the season is right around the corner. Normally I race in Carrollton this weekend, coming up, we call it the last chance, one last chance to get a look at the state course, but I'm only going to take my JV down and kind of rest the varsity for region and kind of sit back and lick our wounds and try to do well next Thursdays when we qualify out.
All right. Good luck to the Falcons. Thank you for coming in.
Appreciate it.
Turning to college action now, it was a beautiful day for a run, and the Bernal cross-country team took full advantage as they posted their best performance of the season at the 2010 Royal Cross Country Challenge. Seasonal personal bests were posted by every Tiger runner as they finished 5th in the 13-team field. Again, leading the way for Bernal was senior Audra Cochran, who finished 15th out of 105 runners with a time of 20:27 in the 5K. Not far behind was freshman Anna Lopero, also broke 21 minutes with a 20:40. That was good enough for 19th place. Junior Maria Gonzalez ran her best race of the year, finishing at 21:06. That was 28th place, and Regina Ogichi finished 47th in a time of 21:59. Rounding out the top 5 for the Golden Tigers, Monica Michane in 22:33, 61st place overall. Next up for the Tigers will be the Southeast Classic that's hosted by Berry College this coming Saturday, October 23rd, and that is in Rome. We head back to the gridiron when Hall County Sports continues.